Oh, hello. I know it's dark. I wanted to share this with you because I thought it was kind of cool before I started my video. Thought it was really pretty, my little rainbow on the wall. So, anyway, that was kind of cool. Oh, JC. Thought I'd share that with you. Pretty nifty, huh? Oh, it's still there. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I think today's kind of an important day for a lot of reasons. The first one being, last night I watched 60 Minutes. I watched the thing on the opiate addiction or whatever. First of all, I'd like to start out by saying that, when I was little, I always envisioned myself as, one of the people who, stood up and, started this big change, this revolution of change and righteous change, good change that, stood up against injustice and all that. And then, as I got a little older, I realized that anybody that ever stood up for something that, went against the grain was assassinated, murdered, whatever. Anybody. I mean, all of them. And so I sat down and shut the fuck up is what sort of, but not so much. I mean, I realized that, you had to really, I don't know, as I, learned these lessons in life, and I think it's very important to the point of what's happening today because, not just with the drug epidemic. I'm surprised that everybody's finally opening their eyes, but for real, for those of you who don't know, those of you who live in your perfect world, see, there's a lot that ties into this. And then there was, the Me Too thing that came on. Well, here's the deal. Me Too. I mean, I didn't realize growing up that that not everybody was, So, it wasn't until I realized that, my wanting to stand up against injustice or defend the little guy or, saying anything at all, that it usually gets turned around. Even when I'm, anything, you really have to be, I mean, it goes into, no good deed goes unpunished, right? So, I'm glad that everybody else is finally catching on, but to me, before change happens, it's going to get a lot worse. And, I think that definitely in the drug thing, that the pharmacists should be held accountable, the doctors should be held accountable. Thank God, I've even had surgery on my foot, and I have never been into opiates. Thank you, God, because it is literally, I don't know if they've realized it yet, but it's wiped out a whole generation. So, heroin and pills go hand in hand, and it's easy to want an easy way out when the world is the way it is, and you know that you can't make a change without being demonized, and victimized all over again. So, it's easy to sit back and say, oh, that's a terrible problem. But you know what? If you don't do anything about it, you're part of the problem, too. So, while I don't get on and start a revolution, I still have to say something. I still have to say, my part, because I'm still alive today, and thank God. Thank God. Thank God for that. Anyway. So, oftentimes while I'm thinking about things, I want, to be putting this on film to tell everybody about how I feel and things. But it's hard because, of course, I don't want to, put myself out there, for the criticism or whatever. But again, I don't go back and read the comments or anything like that. So I don't worry about getting my feelings hurt anymore, because I know that there's always somebody out there that's going to, say terrible things to, because they want to spread their hate and discontent. And I make myself immune to that, because I won't put myself through that. So don't waste your time. It's unfortunate that we live in a time where the machine is so powerful, and I think that, it's a sign of the times when people can start to open their eyes and start to realize how bad it is. Well, it's a lot worse than people realize. I think that, well, I don't know. And I'm not going to get into any details about anything, because, yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of flighty today, so I just wanted to put this out there. If you don't know somebody that's died from heroin or opiates or drug addiction or alcohol, just know it's that corporate machine that you're feeding. And who's the real drug dealer? Who's the real pusher when those pills are manufactured in a factory, and some of the worst drugs there are? So I'm just saying, look at the real money machine. Look at the real monster. And now Trump says he's going to cut off funding for that. Well, wait till you see. Remember what happened when the OxyContin, those people were so addicted, they started robbing pharmacies and shit. Well, guess what? Cut these normal people off that aren't fucked up yet, and see what happens. Because it's the same thing with all the shootings that were these kids that were on Prozac 3 times the adult dose, and then they changed their prescription, drastically within 2 weeks of almost every shooting that it happened in. Well, the real ones, maybe not, all of them, but regardless, look at who's really causing the problems. Look at who's really causing the problem, and then realize, if you're not addicted, or well on your way to be addicted, or on some kind of antidepressant, or look at the real drug dealers. And then, I don't know. I just think that it's a lot bigger picture, and they're scrambling, and the people that are involved, they'll self-destruct before they, get caught or have any accountability for any of the shit they've done. So just know that. And it goes so deep, all of it. It's all tied in. I mean, even the pedophile ring, the baby eaters, whatever, all of it. Just know that you're feeding the same monster. It's true. So, anyway. That's about enough for me. I don't even know what day it is, so you're on your own there. I think I'm going to keep this at just under 10 minutes. Please not to waste your time. Anyway, yeah, keep your head down. Peace out, bitches.